teenagers have relationships. Fact. You may have already found the person of your dreams, or maybe you just can't be bothered with the hassle yet. But either way, at some point you'll probably have a relationship. Sadly, abuse in teenage relationships is on the rise. It can happen to anyone, and it's never okay. It can wreck your self-confidence and make you feel scared, worthless, and lonely.
It's not just physical abuse, it can also be somebody who tries to humiliate you and intimidate you. But just remember, it's not just girls it happens to, it's boys too.
Relationships are meant to be about love and respect, but you might find yourself in a relationship that just doesn't seem right. Yeah, the person you're with might be popular and gorgeous and great at first, but within time you might notice things changing.
There are so many ways that boyfriends or girlfriends can be abusive in relationships. And that's exactly what it is, abuse, and it needs to stop. You can't always tell what somebody is like when you first meet them. What does it take to meet the right kind of person? If only it was easy.
Ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Take Your Pick. And here's your host, Andy McVeigh.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Take Your Pick. Tonight's gorgeous girl is Lucy, and she's going to be choosing from these three lucky lads. Hey, Lucy, describe yourself for us, and then ask the guys your first question.
Okay. Hi, boys. Well, I guess I'm a typical girl, really. I'm outgoing, I like having a laugh with my friends, and I'm into fashion and music. I think I'm quite a caring person. And I like going to the cinema, keeping up with my friends on my phone, some sports, and the usual stuff, really. I'm looking for a lad who's funny and sweet, and someone who can sweep me off my feet. So my first question to you boys is, you know I like music. If you were to describe yourself as a song, what would it be and why?
Good question, Lucy. Contestant number one.
Alright, Lucy. Well, I would probably pick Moves Like Jagger because, well, I do have the moves.
Oh! Well, don't be shy, have a try. If you've got the moves, throw some shapes. Would we like to see them, ladies and gentlemen? Yeah! Go on, let's see the moves.
Every day I'm shuffling.
He wasn't dancing to the song we were listening to. Same question to contestant number two.
Well, I'd probably pick Boyfriend by Justin Bieber because if I was your boyfriend, I'd never let you go.
Smooth talker. Tell you what, if he was chocolate, he'd eat himself. Number three.
I think I'd pick Rihanna's We Found Love because I've had my heart broken too many times and I'm just looking for love, really. Aww. Come on, it's sadder than that.
Aww. Poor lad thinks he's in Panto. Living proof that Snow White and Dopey did have a child. Well, what we're going to do first of all, you've heard the first question, guys. 1, 2 or 3, who do you think Lucy should go for at this early stage? I think it's even Stevens. The bad news is you've had one question, one more to go. Let's make it a good one.
Okay, thanks, boys. So my second question is a really simple one. What are you looking for in your perfect girl, and why should I pick you?
Well, I'm looking for a fit girl with a great personality, someone who I can have fun with. I'd like a girl who I could take out on weekends and just have a laugh, and I'm into my football.
Oh, bit of a footy fan. How's your ball control, Lucy?
Well, I don't mind checking out the talent on the pitch, if that's what you mean.
Oh, hey, you could be quids in, number one. Number two, same question.
I'm just your average lad, really, who's into technology. I enjoy physical activity.
Ding dong.
And I'm just looking for a girl who I can sweep off her feet. I'm really protective. I'll always make sure you're alright. I'll try and spoil you as much as I can. We'd never leave each other.
Thank you, number 2. And finally, number 3.
Well, Lucy, I like going to the cinema. I absolutely love sci-fi. Sorry, I know, bit nerdy. But I'd make my girlfriend feel special and wanted. And even though I don't have enough money to go out all the time, we'd have trust in each other. We'd be great friends as well as a good couple.
It's like Beauty and the Geek. But he did say he'd treat you special and treat you lovely, Lucy. Isn't that nice?
Yeah.
But he did say he was skint as well. Anyway, you've got a choice to make, Lucy. One of these 3 fantastic guys. Now you've heard from them, it is now time to...
Take your pick!
So, Lucy, we've got to ask you the burning question. Who's it going to be?
I don't know. It's a hard decision, but I think I'll go with my first impressions. The guy who'll never let me go and who'll sweep me off my feet. Number 2.
She's gone for number 2! Well done. She's absolutely stunning. You must be over the moon.
Yeah, I can't wait to take her out. She's gorgeous.
She certainly is. Lucy, well done. Now you are going to go on a lovely romantic date together. Do you promise to come back and tell us how it's gone?
Yeah.
Fantastic. Let's hear it for Lucy and number 2.
I wish I could rewind the choice I made. He seemed so charming, and he certainly did sweep me off my feet, but not quite in the way I was expecting. Of course, you never know how someone will be when you first meet them. If I'd have known when I picked him what I know now, I would have made a very different choice. But what I do know now, though, is that I have the right to be safe, to be myself, and to be respected. You have that right too.
So, Lucy made her choice, but life is no game show. As she said, you can't always tell how someone's going to treat you when you first meet them, but there are definite warning signs you can look out for.
A partner might pressure you into having sex by saying things like, "If you love me, you would." They try and control you by checking your phone or criticising the clothes you wear. They get angry when you spend time with your friends, call you names, or threaten to spread rumours.
It might be that you experience emotional abuse, insults, controlling behaviour, somebody checking up on you all the time, or making you feel responsible for the abuse. It also includes any type of physical abuse and sexual abuse, such as unwanted kissing or touching, or maybe pressure not to use contraception. But it also involves financial abuse, where someone might take your money or force you to buy things, or maybe even force you to go to work. Abuse happens, and it's happening right now. Now we're going to hear from a real-life victim of domestic abuse. Her name and identity has been changed for her protection.
But when I'd met him, he just seemed like this brilliant Prince Charming. He was older than us, so he would look after us. He would go out of his way to anything I wanted, he would try and get for us. So protective, so loving. He used to agree with everything I said. I thought it was the best relationship of my life. It would be a serious and true relationship that could maybe work, which didn't. It was hard because at first you don't really know about it. You really truly think that everything, it's like clothes choices, just things like that, when it would be, that skirt's a little bit too short. Do you not think that top's a bit low cut? Tie your hair up, or this is the best one. You look much better without your makeup on. That's when it obviously started to click in my head that I was being controlled in some sort of way. But at the time, I couldn't tell that it was going to lead to something much worse. He'd gone about everything in such a smart way that you thought he was just looking out for you. That's how it all started, basically, and then it just gets worse. Well, to be honest, the physical part of domestic violence comes right at the end. It comes to a point where they've done everything else. It's emotional stuff they get into you first. At first it's how wonderful and how lovely you are and how much they'll go out their way to come and see you, to do anything, when really all they're doing is fishing for where are you, who you're with, but in such a nice way that you don't realise. Then it goes from all that to that skirt's too short. And then when they've used all that and they've got nothing left, when it's stopped really affecting you, the last resort for a perpetrator is to, I'm going to have to keep her. She's getting a bit stronger now, and that's when the physical stuff starts. My worst, to me, emotionally and physically, was when I was 5 months pregnant with my daughter, and I ended up with a broken nose, 2 black eyes, and I'd been punched in the side of my head that hard. All the inside of my ear was purple, and I had to go shopping to the town and meet me mum. And for me mum to see me like that, and she just burst out crying in the middle of the town. I was so embarrassed. And it hurt that me mum cried. I'd been pinned down on the floor when it was coming to an end, and I'd say as I wanted him out. He was kneeling on top of us, and he just smashed the bottle of Stella off the side of the settee and went, well, if I can't have you, nobody else will, and really scarred us. I can hide it with makeup, but I've always got these reminders of what I've been through and what he's done. The hardest thing I've ever done in my life, because they're in control of you. You don't know how you can live without them, because they decide everything about your life, and they have done for such a long time. You don't know how to live for yourself. They make you feel like you need them, you can't live without them, you couldn't manage or cope, but it's just so hard, because that's what you're used to. And you lose everybody else around you through it in time, where it's just you. And I understand why a lot of people go back, because it's the only way they know. And it's a warped thing. But it happens. You feel like you can't function without them. And that is warped. I say that now, but I didn't. And now I can do everything for myself. My confidence is back. I've gone out and got myself an apprenticeship, and I'm getting my life back on track. I mean, it's took quite some time, but I'm getting there. I'm still not there yet, but I am getting there by myself. It was through my daughter's health visitor, and she first mentioned a domestic violence refuge, and to be honest, straight away I went, nah, no way, there's no way on this earth. I just shot the idea straight down, because there's this perception it would be like a hostel. You first think smackheads, bunk beds, criminals, and to be honest, I'm guilty of thinking that as well. And then I thought, what have I got to lose? it can't be that bad if a health visitor is recommending this place. So I thought, I'll have a look. I've got nothing to lose after everything I've been through. I've got nothing to lose to go and have a look at this place, which could keep us safe. And that's when I decided to go and have a look and meet the staff, who are absolutely brilliant. And it's just somewhere you can feel safe and comforted after it's invaluable to some people.
One in 4 women will be a victim of domestic abuse in their lifetime.
40% of victims are male. 1 in 6 men will experience domestic violence during their lifetime.
1 incident of domestic violence is reported to the police every minute.
On average, 2 women a week are killed by a current or former partner.
In 2009, the NSPCC reported that 1 in 4 girls had experienced physical violence with a partner. A good relationship should make you feel comfortable and safe.
A good relationship is where you care about your partner.
You should be able to trust and confide in your partner. They should be a big support.
Although you may face difficult times and argue, things should never be resolved with violence.
Anyone can be an abuser. Anyone can become a victim. But everyone can get help. Abuse causes pain, inside and out. Don't do it and don't receive it. You have that right. I have the right to be listened to.
I have the right to feel loved.
I have a right to be trusted. I have the right to be myself.
I have the right to change my mind.
I have the right to end my relationship.
I have the right to make equal decisions.
We have the right to feel safe.
I have the right to get help.
I have the right to be happy. I have the right to my own space.
We have the right to spend time with our friends.
I have the right to not feel pressured.
I have the right to my own independence.
I have the right to have my own interests.
I have the right to be a person and not a puppet.
I have the right to privacy.
I have the right to protection.
I have the right to feel respected.
I have the right to be loved.
You have the right. You have the right.
You have the right. You have the right.
You have the right.
You have the right.
You have the right. You have the right.
You have the right.
I didn't even see the signs. I didn't read between the lines. And now all I see is lies. All I see is lies. I didn't see the signs.